Thanks to the support as a channel member, Shadowhawk19. 2 massive Copa Libertadores games, and we have been stuttering a little bit in this competition. So if we don't pick up 2 wins today, we might not even make it out of the group stage. And that wouldn't be ideal for the long-term plans and all that. Because if you recall on the previous episode, I said my plan was win our home games, draw our away games. We are still unbeaten. We did draw a home game against Nacional, which means this is where we are halfway through. We've still got to play Colo-Colo at home and Nacional away. If we lose the away game against them, while Colo-Colo beat them, we drop down to 3rd with Colo-Colo still to play, and it starts to become trickier to make our way through. That aside, we are in pretty good form in all competitions. We've not lost since back in February, and we lost against Boca Juniors in the league. And in fact, we've just beaten River Plate in the league, who are having a rotten season, by the way. I mean, River Plate and Boca both not performing the way you would expect. Unfortunately, we're just not capitalising, and Independiente are currently 12 points clear, although we do have 2 games in hand on them, and I think we still have to play them as well. We do. So if we win every game for the rest of the season, it's a big if, but if we win all of our remaining league games, and we have now played Boca Juniors and River Plate, so if we win every other game for the rest of the season, including the one against Independiente, we only need them to lose 1 other game. It's possible that we could win the league. It just doesn't look very likely at the moment. And remember, the winning the league's not the priority. The priority is winning the Copa Libertadores. So that's where the focus is today. We're away against Nacional, who, as you can see, are top of the league in Uruguay. I'm not sure I know where Uruguay is. Let's pull out a map. Well, wherever it is, it's got a beautiful grid system, just like my 2 favourite places, Argentina and Milton Keynes. So it's a place I could live. Montevideo is where this club is based. Now, you see, I definitely would have been wrong. I thought Uruguay was above Brazil. It's below Brazil. So it's actually pretty close to us. Who'd have thought? Geography with Kev. Let's have a look at it from the aerial view and try and pick out the bit of grass in amongst this sea of buildings. If we grab my little yellow man and drop him down in the middle of the pitch, I mean, it looks like a very nice stadium in a country that is used to being sunny, because there's not much in the way of shelter from the rain. Also, the floodlights are really low. I mean, they're the lowest floodlights I think I've ever seen. If you're in the middle of the pitch, surely you're stood in the dark if you're here in an evening match. Maybe they just don't ever have evening matches. Does it ever get dark in Uruguay? I'm going to speculate that it doesn't. Let's have a look at it from outside as well. If we drop ourselves down, nope. That's that. I mean, if that's outside, that's the best queuing system I've ever seen. Let's try again from over here. Okay, I mean, there's a graffiti situation going on here, although, to be fair, it does look like it is sports related. They've even graffitied the trees. Goodness me. Building a nice little house over there as well. I mean, it looks fine. I'm looking for the local chip shop. Where do you go for your pre-match pie? Doesn't seem to be much in the way of food facility. I mean, it doesn't look like a massive stadium for a massive club, does it? Well, it looks like there's some rebuild work going on of some kind. I want to have a go in that digger. Probably worth pointing out as well that I noticed just as I was coming away from that clip, those pictures were from 2015. So I imagine that digger's moved on by now. But this is the team we are sending to Uruguay. It's Nunez in goal, a back four of Bravo, Contreras, Palazza and Carrera, Torres and Godoy in midfield, Rodriguez, Bergart and Castillo behind Arrieta up front. And I do think at this point, Arrieta might be my striker. I'm still not sure. He's got 6 goals from 9 starts. Baratza has 4 goals from 7. So, they're both okay. Neither of them spectacular. Baratza's injured today anyway. Other than that, it is a pretty strong squad that we're able to put out there. So, fingers crossed, we can find a way to pick up. I mean, really, we need to pick up the win. We really struggled against them in the home match. Drawing 0-0 at home in South American Europe wasn't really part of the script that we had going into this season. Obviously, there is a third scenario where Colo-Colo lose in their match because they are playing away from home against Cerro Porteño. So if that, even if that ends in a draw, then this match takes on less significance and we just have to beat Colo-Colo at home. And then I think we've got Cerro Porteño away from home in the final group match. But obviously things look a lot more comfortable if we can come here and pick up a win. I don't know what makes us top of the league. I guess it's not head to head. It must be some kind of goal difference, goals scored kind of thing. Because at the moment, our head to head with Nacional is we've drawn 0-0 with them twice. And I mean, they don't look like they're showing much in the way of attacking ambition, do they? And in fact, we're trying a shenanigans free kick here. It's Castillo who picks it up from Bergart. The two old men in the team trying to conjure something up. Castillo slots it into Arrieta. It's a lovely pass and a lovely finish. And the linesman's flag has stayed down. I think the referee has got his finger in his ear. So we are going to have to check with the little robot man. But I think that's a football goal. It is a football goal. And this is lovely work from Castillo. Picked the ball up short from the free kick. And then this is a really good pass. That's why you sign a couple of players with a little bit of experience, boys and girls, because cool heads in tough situations. We saw it from both of our older players. I mean, to be fair, we've also got Godoy and Contreras, who are both late 20s, early 30s as well. So we do have a little core of experience down the middle of the team today to go with our basically the rest of the squad being under 21. But yeah, we definitely saw the old folk combine there. And that league table is all of a sudden looking a lot healthier than it was. Nacional have now finally had a shot, but they missed. But we currently sit there on 8 points. They're on 5 and we'll have beaten them. So that makes their life an awful lot more complicated. Obviously, we've still got the opportunity to beat Colo-Colo as well. But a win here, and we're looking good for finishing top of the group, which would be super. I don't know if the knockout rounds are seeded. I haven't got that far ahead. It would be, if I was going to say it would be nice if they are. I'll decide if it's nice if they are once A, we've qualified, and B, we've won the group, and Agustin Rodriguez surely is not much longer for South America. He has upgraded to a full-on wonder kid status. Obviously, we've seen our previous wonder kid, who I don't think was as good in the match engine. Basualdo never did anything like this. I think surely Rodriguez heads to Europe. I mean, if he's not heading off this summer and then hopefully coming back to us on loan for the rest of the season, I would be surprised. He is excellent at football, which is quite important. It would leave us with basically no wingers, which would mean certainly some rebuilding need doing. Castillo nearly squeezing one in at that near post. I mean, we have looked very, very comfortable. It's such a contrast from the home match that I played off camera, where we just didn't look like we were creating anything. We didn't look like we were bothered. Today, we look like we're bothered. Maybe they've realised it is in our best interests to maybe try and win this competition. Right, Palazzo has picked up a knock, which is problematic. Dante Cruz, who probably expected to be our starting centre-back by now, because I don't think any of us expected Palazzo to still be here, but he is. It is a little bit of a surprise, but we're not going to complain about it. We're just going to make a few other substitutions as well, just shuffle a few folk around, and Cruz can come on and actually get some rare minutes playing at centre-back. He usually plays out at right-back, and then we have one of the left-footers on the other side of Palazzo. I mean, I guess we could play Cruz and Palazzo. I just haven't been. Right, Gomez is going to come on. Godoy needs to come off as well, so Lepera can come on for him. I think we usually play those two that way round. And just see this one out, boys. We've been jolly good. Colo-Colo are 1-0 up away from home in their game as well. So Cerro Porteño are basically out. We thought they'd be bottom of the group anyway, and I think they are now unable to qualify. Actually, no, they still could. 5 points behind Colo-Colo with 2 games to go. Just very unlikely. But yeah, now I think a win against Colo-Colo in our next match, that qualifies us, I think. And we would very much like to qualify top of the group with a game to spare, because that allows us a little bit of time to just focus a little bit on the league, which I know it's not the main priority this year, but it would be remiss of me not to try and deliver the only league title in the history of Colon before I head off to Europe. And that's what we are going to try and do. But the group is looking healthy. We're going to play these league games off camera. We will be back for Colo-Colo. I mean, that's a big game. Oh no, is there two? There's 2 Independientes. Hold on. Okay, they're the one that's a big game. That's not a big game. I mean, it's still a big game, but it's not a big game. I'll see you for Colo-Colo. Well, we are doing our bit. We've won the 3 intervening games. So the league table now looking like this. We're 9 points behind Independiente. 1 game in hand on them now, and we're still due to play them. So they haven't done their side of the bargain yet. But hopefully once we stuff them, they'll go on a little bit of a losing streak off the back of that. Though there's not many games left for them to lose once we play them. But we're not worrying about the league today. We're worrying about the Copa Libertadores, and this is the team for the game against Colo-Colo. In fact, I say we're not worrying about the league. I did notice on the Dream 11, Nunez and Palazza are both in it. We haven't had players in the Dream 11 before. Rodriguez is also working his way up the list as one of the best players in the division, which, by the way, what I was just saying about him before, he's already a leading player in this league and could improve a lot. He is going to be a superstar. But Nunez, I'm particularly happy to see him in goal for the Dream 11, because obviously we sold Gonzalez, was it to River Plate? Yeah, we sold Gonzalez to River Plate, and I mean, they're paying him a lot of money and his value shot up massively. And then we replaced him with the reserve goalkeeper from Racing Club, and he's the best goalkeeper in the league. And I don't really understand how that's happened, but it has. So we've got 2 players in the Dream 11, and I'm a happy little rascal. But this is the team for Colo-Colo. It's Nunez in goal, a back four of Bravo, Contreras, Palazza and Carrera, Torres and Godoy in midfield, Rodriguez, Bergat and Castillo behind Baratza up front, who is now fully fit again. So he comes back into the team, and hopefully we'll score 13 goals in this match, which will almost certainly lead to us winning and qualifying. In fact, a win here could and maybe should qualify. So it really depends on how you separate teams level on points. But we're 3 points clear of Nacional now. If both us and they win, we've obviously beaten them head to head. We also have a much better goal difference. So I think regardless of what happens in that match between 3rd and 4th place, if we win here, we qualify. Even if not officially mathematically, we are as good as there, especially with the whipping boys of the group coming up for our final game. And that is a lovely free kick that Torres can't quite keep his header down for, but a decent opportunity for us to open the scoring. Even if we were to only draw here today, I still think we're probably going to be okay. So we'd still be 2 points clear of Colo-Colo. And both Colo-Colo and Nacional can't win together on the final day because they play each other. So, yeah, I think as long as we avoid defeat here, we are basically through. So, easy peasy. Bergat taking the free kick, shoots from range. I mean, we've seen a variety of different set pieces from him today. He's got tricks in him, hasn't he? And now we are trying the corner through Castillo. It's the 2 old heads combining together on this side. Bergat and Castillo, what can they conjure up this time? I mean, Castillo's running. I mean, that's ridiculous. I was so positive about the pair of them in the last match, and they have... they've created a problem there, and Carrera, luckily, one of the youngsters, has got them out of trouble. It remains 0-0. Nacional are ahead in their game, so I think that puts them up to 2nd in the group as things stand. So they'd only be 1 point behind us. So that does potentially mean that if we were to lose here, and we are losing... If we were to lose here, I mean, that's a Nunez own goal. I was just talking nice. I'm never going to be nice about anybody again. But if we were to lose here and then lose on the last day, we won't go through. That wouldn't be ideal, though. I think, does this put us out of the top? No, that puts us down to 2nd. I think goal difference is the thing, isn't it? But yeah, this is not okay. We can't be losing our home games. Let's demand more. We played so well in that previous match. And we haven't lost in any competition for ages. I really don't want to start now. Godoy with the longish throw to Contreras. It's back to Contreras again. It's across to Palazza. It's all the defenders combining. And unfortunately, he can't keep his shot down. It goes over. It's very frustrating to see us losing when there hasn't been a shot on target for the opposition in the entire match. That is like the ultimate in being FM'd, I think. Right, Baratza's going to come off for Arrieta. Another person I've been positive about, Rodriguez. Terrible game from him. Castillo has been really poor as well. So I think we're going to bring Herrera on. We're going to put Herrera up front. I think this is the first time you've seen him in over a year. He's just forever injured. But let's see if he's still a clinical striker. This was the long-term plan a year ago. Arrieta on the right cutting in because he's a left footer and Herrera up top. Let's see if it would have worked. I mean, it might still work. They're both still teenagers. It's not like we need to be writing Herrera off. He might never get another injury for the rest of his life. Bravo. Forward to Bergat. There's Baratza onto Castillo. So these guys are still on at the moment, and the old men have got us back into the game. Before we've even made the change, Baratza and Castillo combine. And, I mean, it is a very good goal from Castillo. It's going to be his last touch of the game. I'm still making the changes because they've still been very absent for the entire match so far, but that's a good goal. Now let's get the youngsters to force us over the finish line and hopefully win the match, because our win, like I say, does qualify us. I mean, especially as things stand, because Colo-Colo would be the team looking to chase us and we'd be more than 3 points ahead of them if we beat them. So let's beat them. Right. Yeah, that will do. Let's get another big boy on to get forward for set pieces. Swap those two over. And who's got a hero moment in them? We're offering some encouragement. I mean, a draw here is fine. We still go into the final game against the worst team in the group, top of the group. So a draw would be fine. Obviously, our win, though, would be super fine. And we want super fine. Colo-Colo also looking for some super fine of their own, clearly, and trying to ruin my afternoon. Palazzo just heads the ball up in the air. I mean, that's chaos. That's got to be offside, though, surely. Ref? No? I mean, it's been two absolute defensive howlers from us. Well, did that come off us? Is that why that's not offside? Right. So it is. It's our player who heads it back, is it? Yeah. And he wasn't offside anyway, because is that Cruz getting around the wrong side of him? Either way. This is rubbish. They've had one shot on target and scored twice because we've just absolutely defensively combusted in that match just to keep things interesting. I hate it. Well, I think we'll still be okay because we should win on the last day. But that's ridiculous. Right, I guess tomorrow's episode, I wasn't planning on showing you Cerro Porteño, but I guess we now have to. So we'll show them and the league game against Independiente Rivadavia. I guess that makes sense because that will potentially, hopefully, get us into the knockout rounds of the Copa Libertadores and get us well into the title race. So I think that works. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much to all of my beautiful Patreon backers. And thank you very much for watching.